mode. Hello everyone. Should be up and running right now. As you can see, I've managed to make myself a nice overlay so the screen looks a little better. It took me a little while to do this. In Canva, I went to canva.com and created this, and it took me a little while to figure out exactly how to get everything where I needed it to be, but thankfully I have a little experience using the website, so I was able to create a much nicer looking format for you guys. And I do need to double check right quick and make sure that my audio is coming through okay, that you can hear me okay. If some of you are actually already in the chat, you can let me know. According to this, oh yeah, the audio is there. It's all good. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Stream looks much better than it did before. I'm very pleased with this layout. Thankfully, I was able to create something that I didn't have to pay for. I don't know how familiar you guys are with making live videos for YouTube and doing stuff like that, but in the past my idea of doing live streams for YouTube was to just either use YouTube itself or a streaming software to connect to YouTube and then just go live and go do something, because I have another channel about my house and living here in Japan, and sometimes when I go somewhere or do something, I just grab the camera and I go and I make the live video. But for live streaming a baseball game or a sports event, you need to have other information on the screen, and of course you want to make it look as good as possible. And sometimes it's not, depending on what you want to do, it can cost extra money. I decided today to go with a setup that is free, well, basically free. I got a free trial, so I was able to buy this overlay, and I can continue to use it as much as I want forever. And I just have to make some minor changes as I go, but I can do that in the free program. But anyway, oh hey Buckets, oh yeah, welcome back, good to have you. Thanks, I appreciate that. It only took me about an hour and a half to make this, and I'm going to tweak it when I have more time and make it look a little nicer and try to get, I really want to get some good live information about the game on the screen, so I'll do my best. To get that going as soon as possible. The game is scheduled to start in about 6 minutes, but I scheduled the stream a little early because I just wanted to do a little greeting, a little updates, make sure everything was working since I got the new system, the new overlay and all of that. I just wanted to make sure that it looked good. And I'll call your attention to a couple of things. The information on the right side of the screen, for each game I have to update it, and I decided to put the location of the game, whether it's a home game or away game, and which venue it's at, including not only the team that the Astros are playing, but also the starting pitchers. In this case, it's Jake Bloss and Osvaldo Vito. Probably won't be changing that. I might be able to do it. If there's a pitching change, I might be able to drop in another picture of the reliever as they come in. But we'll see as we go. It's not always easy to do that. I hear myself. Okay, there we go. I've got my screen open and I hear myself talking in the ear. It's kind of weird because I talk and then about 8 seconds later I hear the things that I'm saying. It's kind of strange. But back to the layout on the screen. In the bottom right corner I do have a baseball diamond. And what I'm going to try to do, I have a little yellow dot, and I'm going to try to import that onto the screen when there are base runners. Of course, sometimes the game, moves very quickly. It moves much faster nowadays than it used to move, and so trying to call the game and get those on could be a challenge sometimes, but I'm going to do my best to update that for you And probably in just a minute you're going to see over on the left side of the screen some yellow dots pop up, and those are the dots that I'm going to use to drag over and put on the bases as the base runners get on. But as far as me showing the current outs, strikes, and balls and things like that, I can't do that. I'm still relying on ESPN's browser page to show that. Trying to find a way around that to give you guys a better way of seeing the score and the stats of the game and that sort of thing. But for now, this is the best I can do, just to put the score on the screen. Of course, if you're listening to the game, then you'll know the score because I will tell you often. I've got the game pulled up on MLB TV, and they are in a commercial break right now, but according to my clock, the game is scheduled to start in 3 minutes. I hope you guys are doing all right today. For me, it is Wednesday morning, about 10:37 a.m., and I am now officially on what's called Natsuyasumi in Japanese, which basically means summer holiday. My school is on break from now until the middle of August, basically, or maybe about the 19th of August. And during that time, I've got a lot of Japanese homework to do, plus I've got some online work to do. But if you guys are interested in this here, hearing some of the Astros games, and hopefully later on the LSU Tigers games, assuming that I make it that far, then I would appreciate you liking and subscribing. If I'm not able to really get it to take off, then I won't be able to afford to continue to pay for the monthly subscription, because even MLB, if you just pay for one team, it's still not cheap. So I have a lot of medicine to pay for, and the medicine, unfortunately, has to come first over paying for the live stream. But if things can take off here and there are enough people to support the channel, then I will definitely continue to do this, because this is something that I enjoy, and it's something I'm able to do most of the time. Let's see here, I gotta go back to the studio and try to get, I'm going to import my base runner icons image. Give me just a moment, I will add these. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. I got to import 3 of these, so give me just a moment. Okay, I need to import 1 more. The game is just about to start. They got the I'm listening to the game in my headset right now. It sounds like they're getting ready to start, so I'll try to hurry. Okay, there we go. Okay, you should see 3 dots appear on the side of the screen there in just a moment. There they are. Alright, those are my base runners. Those things are really big. Those are really big dots. Altuve is coming up to the plate. We're getting started just about 1 minute late, according to my clock. Here comes the first pitch to Altuve, and he swings, fouls it away, bounces towards the dugout on the third base side. That'll be strike one, a 94-mile-per-hour pitch from Beto. Here comes the next pitch to Altuve. A breaking ball right down the middle, and swing and miss by Altuve. That was a really good pitch, 85 miles an hour. I guess it just had too much movement on it. Altuve was not able to make contact. Beto has quite the long hair. Here comes the third pitch. On the outside, breaking ball, and Altuve just tosses the bat out there and completely misses it. So Altuve goes down in 3 pitches. .85-mile-per-hour slider completely fooled Altuve. And even though he's really good at hitting balls pretty much anywhere, he was not able to even reach that one. Here comes the first pitch to Bregman, and that almost takes his head off, way up and in. Ball 1. Bregman is batting .355 versus Oakland. Second pitch is high, just misses the zone by a few inches for ball 2. 2-0 versus Alex Bregman. Quiet is the crowd right now. Next pitch, right on the inside corner. Bregman fouls it back. It bounced off the umpire, it looks like. So 2 balls and 1 strike against him. Nice, quiet day from what I can hear of this crowd. Here's the 4th pitch. Wow, that was a rip line drive, but foul down the third baseline. That was a really nice hit, good contact, but he was just around on it way too early. That will even up the count at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 counts. Way outside, ball 3. That will fill up the count for Bregman here. Would be nice to have a base runner with just 1 out in the first. Here comes the pitch. This one is hit out into left field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Bregman's going to have himself a double if he can get in there. For sure he can. That's a double. Beautiful, solid strike in between left and center. Left fielder was not able to get over there in time, so it bounced all the way to the wall. Bregman was able to get to second base. So what a great start to the first here. Bregman able to get into scoring position with just 1 out in the first inning. That brings up our big guy, Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez with an opportunity to do something here. He was really hot in that game yesterday, but unfortunately the Astros weren't able to back him up. The first pitch to him is grounded right through the left side. Bregman's going to round third, but is he going to hold up? He is. That's a single for Yordan Alvarez, and now the Astros have runners on first and third on the corners with 1 out. So just like that, on 1 pitch, Alvarez goes opposite field and puts the pain on the A's here. Yainer Diaz will come up with an opportunity to get the Astros some early runs. 1 out, runners on the corners, Yainer Diaz. The first pitch comes in from Beto, way inside, almost clips Diaz on the leg, ball 1. Diaz amazes me because he's a big guy. He's very strong, looking very thick, but he can move. He can run a lot faster than he looks. It's pretty cool. Here comes the second pitch. This one is skied up, way out into right field. I would imagine that Bregman is going to tag up, and he does. Here comes the throw. It looks like he's going to make it. No. He's not going to make it. That was a throw out at the plate. And for some reason, they go to a commercial break, which I'm not sure about because that's only the 2nd out of the inning. I'm not sure what's going on there, but suddenly the TV just cut to a commercial break. Bregman looked like he was going to be able to make it, but the throw was in front of the plate. It almost looked like the catcher was blocking the plate, and so Bregman wasn't able to get a clean slide and in an attempt to get in at home. But we're still on a commercial break, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. Let me check the Let me check ESPN for some information. See if I can get an update on the game from ESPN's website. Let's see. Where are the... Okay, here are the hitters. Alvarez, Diaz. Oh, okay, yes, that's right. My bad. I wasn't thinking. Wasn't thinking at all. The fly out and the out at home, those are the final two outs of the inning. But what I don't understand is why they cut off so fast and went to commercial break, because I think there was a case to be made there that the catcher was blocking the plate. However, I guess it is what it is. As I've said before, you may have heard me say before, it's pretty much always useless. I've never seen arguing with the umpire turn anything over. It's almost always useless. So the Astros fail to convert on that. And the A's will come up now. Their first hitter is Butler. Jake Bloss is on the mound, and first pitch is fouled away by Lawrence Butler. 0-1 is the count. And here comes the second pitch. Low for a ball. That'll be 1-1. Yeah, that inning was going so fast I didn't even think about moving the base runners into position. I'll try to get on that. I got to get used to doing it, manually moving them in. Here comes the third pitch. That's fouled away to the left side for strike two. 1-2 is the count. That first inning is so disappointing. They really needed to start this game off really well. Next pitch is high in the zone, fouled away again by Butler. Count will remain 1-2. Bloss has the sign, and here comes the windup in the pitch. Nice movement, and that's ripped down the line. It's going to be just fair and bounce against the wall. Looks like he's going to go for 3. And he's going to make it in there just barely with a slide. He's got a leadoff triple. Lawrence Butler with a perfect hit that was way out in right field, just barely bounced fair against the wall, and he's a speedster, so he was able to get all the way around to third base before that ball came in. Loberfito got over there about as quick as he could, but it was a long ways to go. No outs, runner on third. Here comes the first pitch to the next batter, Miguel Andujar. That's high for a ball. I'm going to see if I can move one of these over to first base. Oh, third base. There's the runner on third. There we go. 1-1 is the count. That was a foul ball. Bloss is able to get a strike on Andujar. 1-1 with a runner on third. Actually, I have the icon now on third base. It takes a few moments to get over there, but it's there now. Here comes the next pitch. This one is hit in the air to center field. When Myers comes in, it's pretty shallow. Are they going to try to... Yeah. It's too close for them to tag, so the A's will keep Andujar on third base as Myers brings the throw into Diaz pretty quickly. It wasn't near deep enough for Butler to make an attempt to tag and go home. So that'll be 1 out against the A's, with 1 runner still on third base, and that brings up J.J. Bleday. Bleday? It's an interesting name. Bloss has the call, and here comes the pitch. Ooh, high in the zone on the inside, but called strike. That's strike 1 against Bleday. He's got the call here, and here comes the pitch. Another one in the exact same spot. Blade swings this time, but is not able to connect, so that's strike two. 0-2 against Blade. Bloss looking for the sign, and now he's got it. Here comes the pitch. Inside, great movement on that ball, and a swing and a miss for strike three. A 3-pitch strikeout for Jake Bloss. Blade goes down swinging. That looked like a really good pitch sequence because the first pitch was high and inside, called strike. Second pitch was in the exact same spot. Blade swung, couldn't get it. This one looked like it was going to go to the same spot, but it moved out and he missed it. First pitch to Brent Rooker. The next batter is fouled away for strike one. 94 miles per hour, right down the gut. Bloss has the signal, comes set, and here's the delivery. That one is right down the middle and just blasted out to left field. It is gone. That pitch looked scary, and the result was scary because it was right down the middle. Very easy pitch for Brent Rooker, who just crushed it, and it got out. It was a line drive home run right off the scoreboard in left field. So the A's are up 2-0 over the Astros with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That will bring up Shea Langoliers. If we take a look at the second pitch, that was a high fastball with no movement on it, basically. Next pitch is a little better. First pitch to Langoliers, swing and miss with a foul tip into the glove of Diaz, strike one. Langoliers only batting .210 for the season. Here goes the second pitch to him. That one was right on the outside corner, but umpire didn't like it, so that'll be ball one. Here comes the next pitch to Langoliers. Bottom falls out of it, and he swings for strike two. Can't touch it. That was the pitch that he should have thrown to Rooker. That one had a ton of movement on it. The 1-2 pitch from Bloss to Langoliers is on the way. Another identical pitch, the bottom falls out. Langoliers goes for it, can't touch it. That was reminiscent of Chas McCormick and Trey Cabbage batting. Just swinging at terrible pitches that are basically in the dirt. But it works, and the Astros are out of the inning, but they give up 2 runs. So the first inning is basically what I consider to be the one thing that I can't stand to watch with the Astros is they have tremendous opportunity to score some runs. They blow it and then turn right around and give up runs. It's disappointing. So here at the end of the first inning, Astros 0, A's 2. The Astros have 2 hits. A's have 2 hits. So 0-2 with 2-2. I think I can take this base runner off now. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to try to change the size of these. These are so difficult to... the studio that I use, I'm using a program called Prism Studio, or Prism Live Studio, and the icons that I'm using for my base runners, the little yellow icons that I've got over in the corner of the screen. You can see the 3 little yellow dots. Basically what I do is I keep them there, and then when there's a base runner, when I can remember, I move them over on top of the diamond and place them in place. But they're so tiny, to click them and move them is difficult, and I haven't figured out yet how to make the screen bigger to make them easier to move. But something that doesn't really affect you, but it just makes it slower and more challenging to me. Yesterday, the A's scored 3 runs in the 3rd inning to jump out to an early lead against the Astros, and the Astros never even put a run on the board. Hopefully today's not a repeat. John Singleton comes to bat to start the Astros off, and the top of the 2nd, he takes a strike right down the middle, 95 miles an hour. Here comes the next pitch to him. High fastball for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike against John Singleton. Here comes the pitch. This one he grounds over on the first base side over into the coach's box. That's a foul for strike 2. It's pretty interesting to me because I've been living in Japan now for over 4 years. So watching these games and seeing these U.S. commercials and advertisements is interesting. That ball is in the dirt for ball 2. So it's 2-2 on John Singleton. I just saw a little advertisement on the screen for Jack in the Box. We don't have any of those in Japan. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Singleton. On the outside corner, Singleton swings and just stares off into the distance. He wasn't able to touch that, and he goes down swinging for out number 1. They're selling 2025 season tickets. I wonder how much those cost. Astros season tickets. Here comes the first pitch to Pena, who's now up. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 86 miles per hour on the inside corner. 0-1. Here comes the second pitch. Way outside. 94 fastball on the lower outside corner. 1-1 is the count against Jeremy Pena. Here comes the third pitch. That one is kind of in there. Pena gets a hold of it, but it's fouled off. Are they going to be able to get to it? No, it bounces just out of play. So that will be strike 2, but Pena stays alive. Pena's back in the box. Vito's got the call, and here comes the pitch. Another breaking ball. Was that a sweeper? That went way outside. Pena was completely fooled and struck at it. It looked like Altuve when he struck out, although it was a slider. It looked like the same exact pitch that Altuve went for. It was so far outside that there was no way to hit it, but he was fooled, so that was strike 3. So 2 outs. That brings up Jake Myers, very first pitch, little squib to second base, and they're able to get him at first base. That will be 3 away. So the Astros 3 up and 3 down real quick in the 2nd inning. Top of the 2nd, it will go into the 3rd. For the A's, coming up in the bottom of the 2nd, did I just say the 3rd? Coming up at the top of the 2nd, or at the bottom of the 2nd rather, for the A's, Abraham Toro, Seth Brown, and Zach Geloff. What's very interesting about this live stream is that while I'm watching the game through MLB TV, I can't stream the game, of course. I mean, if I could stream the game directly onto the YouTube, I'd get a strike, and the video will be taken down. My live feed would be stopped. I can't do that. But if I want, I can share the audio, and so you can actually hear the Astros commentators as they call the game live. But that is also cause for, or would be cause for, removing the video, because even the audio of the game is something that is copyrighted and I can't share. However, what's interesting is that when I first set up my system to show the game and do the live call, I couldn't figure out why the sound from the game was coming through my live stream. I had to figure out how to correct that so I wouldn't get a copyright strike. Here comes the first pitch by Bloss to Abraham Toro, and it is bounced in the dirt for ball one. Toro's batting .256 this season. He was actually picked in the 5th round by the Astros back in 2016. That's interesting. Inside pitch, 92 miles per hour, fouled away down the first baseline. That will even the count at 1-1. One ball and one strike is the count to Abraham Toro here in the bottom of the second. Bloss finally gets the call he wants, and here it comes. Inside. Ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the 4th pitch. That one is low, but fouled away by Toro. That'll be strike 2. Count is now even, 2-2. It's got to be disappointing when you have hitters come out getting on base, getting hits, getting on base, and they get stranded. This inside pitch, 94 miles per hour, is crushed by Toro way too early, and he sends it out into the stands. Count remains 2-2. Here's another 2-2 pitch from Bloss. That one's on the a little on the inside, a little low, also fouled away, but this one's bounced harmlessly down to the ball boy. Out of play. And there'll be another 2-2 pitch. Right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one looks like it's going to be a single in the left field, and it is. Drops softly in front of Jordan, who picks it up after a couple of bounces. 3 hits for the A's in this game so far, as Toro moves to first base, and that's my cue to put a runner on first, right? Here we go. First pitch to Seth Brown is high and outside. Diaz has to stand up quickly to grab that one. Ball 1. Runner on first. 1 ball, no strikes. There comes a pitch from Bloss. Nice moving on that one. Lower outside corner. Swing and a miss by Brown. 1-1 is the count. They're showing Kyle Tucker in the dugout. I really wish that they'd give us an accurate idea of when he's going to be able to come back. We really need him. This pitch is high and hit pretty well out to center field, but right to Jake Myers is able to get it in to second, no problem, keeping Toro at first base. So that will be out number 1. And that will bring up Zach Giloff, if that's how you say his name. Here comes the first pitch from Bloss to Giloff. Way inside, almost nicks him on the arm. Ball 1. I'll give you an update on Tucker, what they're saying in just a moment. Second pitch from Bloss on the outside corner for strike 1. Very nice pitch by Bloss, 1-1. They're saying that they're describing what Tucker's feeling right now and why he's not able to come back yet. It's they said it's the quick motions and sudden changes of direction and running around like in the outfield that's bothering him right now. Third pitch is high and skied way up, and Caratini is over, but Bregman will take charge and put it away for out number 2. I'm glad that Bregman took that one. Diaz is good, but Bregman to me he's got the Golden Glove. He puts it away. Zach Geloff, so he flies out for out number 2, and that will bring up, I believe, Schumann. Yeah, Max Schumann, the shortstop for the A's. I'm not familiar at all with any of these guys from the A's, so I have to keep looking at the stat information. The first pitch to him is high in the zone for a strike. Good pitch by Bloss. 0-1 versus Schumann. Bloss has the call, and here comes the pitch. Nice one, and a steal attempt at second base, but he's easily in there. So Toro advances to second base, no problem. By the way, I mentioned Diaz earlier on that foul ball. What I meant to say was Caratini. Caratini is actually catching today, and Diaz is the DH. Yordan Alvarez is in left field, so he's batting in a regular slot, not as a DH. Max Schumann is about to take his 0-2 pitch. Nice pitch on the outside corner. Could have been called either way, but you got to be careful with those pitches. And he got called. He got rung up for strike 3. So Blosk is able to get out of this inning with no damage, despite one runner on, and finally an inning that's not quite as stressful as several previous innings that the Astros have had with the A's. Since yesterday. I was really expecting the Astros to have a decent series. Even if they played badly, I thought that they would sweep this series. And so far, the word that comes to mind is lackluster. Lackluster is how the Astros have played in this series so far. But that's also how they ended the series versus the Mariners. Lackluster. So it seems that they've got a little carryover from the end of that Mariners series to this series, and I hope they can shake that off. The first inning looked good, even though they didn't come away with anything, but they really need to bring that back. Coming out of the gate, looking good, and then basically shutting down in the second inning doesn't give me hope, but sometimes the Astros surprise me. They might score 7 runs in the 6th inning or something like that. You know how they are. They're streaky and they can be unpredictable. So we're going to move into the top of the 3rd. Astros have 2 hits. The A's have 3. Astros have no runs, and the A's have 2. Well, I guess I can take that runner off first base. I didn't even move into second. See, I got to remember to do this stuff. Okay, there we go. Alright, Caratini is up to bat. Left-handed, batting left-handed. First pitch is high for ball 1. So far this season in 39 games, Caratini is batting .248 with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. Beto is getting close to 25 pitches. Here comes the next pitch to Caratini. Crushed out to the right field. What a big hit, but it's foul. Way up in the stands there. He ripped that one. He got around on it so early, but it was not in play. 1-1. Second pitch, he takes another rip. It was right down the middle, 86 miles an hour, but his stance seemed to have gotten off balance, and he fouled it back for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's looking good so far. Let's see if he can do something. Here's the next pitch. Outside corner. He's able to get a piece of it and foul it away. Keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm liking these cuts by Caratini. He's swinging hard and he's making contact. If he can stay stable, he might be able to straighten it out. Here comes the next pitch. Too low. He holds back. Check swing. Ball 2. Good eye. I'm liking the way this bat is looking. See if he can do something. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Right down the middle. He hits it out to center field really strong. Center fielder's over. He can't make it. It's out. It's gone to center field. I told you, Caratini was looking really focused and spot on with this at bat. He had a good eye. He took the two balls that were out of the zone. He protected by swinging at any ball that was even close to the zone. And those balls he was either getting a good piece of or crushing. And he looked focused. And he finally got the pitch that he wanted right down the middle, just between the knee and the waist, right along the thigh. Center fielder got out there and jumped against the wall, but there was no hope. It was gone. Loperfido comes up, and the very first pitch, he hits it out to right center. Oh, all the way to the warning track and taken in by the right fielder. Wow. Loperfido jumps on the very first pitch and almost gives it another ride. That would have been amazing. Back-to-back home runs to even the game, but wow, close. So close. Wow. So it's 2-1. And that brings up Jose Altuve, and it makes me wonder if Altuve is going to be swinging for the fences now. Here's the first pitch to Altuve, way outside ball one. It's nice to see him exhibiting a little patience on that first pitch because there was no way he was going to hit that one. It was too far out. 1 ball, no strikes to Jose Altuve. Here's the pitch, way outside and low for ball 2. Maybe Beto is now shaken up and afraid to pitch to Altuve. That'd be just fine with me with no out or 1 out to get him on. Here comes the next pitch. This one is low and outside, and Altuve fouls it away to the right side. That was a good pitch to swing on because it would have been a strike either way. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one is hit by Altuve, and it's skied up, but it's not going to be strong enough to get out. It's catchable, and it's put away for out number 2. Just didn't get quite the right spot on that ball. He got too far underneath it and skied it up too much. But the Astros are really making solid contact with the ball right now and sending them out pretty deep. The home run by Caratini, the warning track hit by Loperfido, and then this one into deep left field by Altuve. That brings up Alex Bregman, who takes the ball for the first pitch. Second pitch, here it comes. That one's way inside and high. Bregman swings and misses. That'll be strike 1. Probably could have let that one go for a ball. 1-1 with 2 outs. Astros down by 1. It's 1-2 here in the top of the third. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Alex Bregman. That one looks nice. Bregman sends it way out in left center. They're coming over and converging. The center fielder gets it just before the warning track. So, the Astros only come away with 1 run, but they are giving that ball a ride right now, with several of the Astros putting that ball either over the fence or close to the fence or way out. 4 deep outfield hits by the Astros that inning. So it looks like Beto is starting to lose some of his movement on the ball, which bodes well for the Astros. If they can light him up in the next 2 innings before they have a really strong chance to pull him out, that would be wonderful. But here going into the bottom of the third, the Astros have pulled within 1. The score is 2-1. The A's lead the Stros. one watching now. So I put a message in the chat, but I'll pin it. Okay. Very first pitch. Wow. Just like that, the Astros come right back in. The very first pitch from Bloss to Lawrence Butler is hit out for another home run. So Bloss has now given up 2 home runs in barely 3 innings. Not even 3 innings, just 2 in less than a third of an inning. 2 hits today for Butler. Butler is 2 for 2. The very first pitch is an 88-mile-per-hour slider right in the middle of the plate and launched out just around 400 feet to center field. Nuts. So the Astros get back the run they just got off of Caratini's homer. First pitch to Andujar is a strike. He takes it for a strike. That's 0-1. Bloss comes in with pitch number 2. That was on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. No outs. Bloss looking for the call here. Looking for the sign. He's got it. And here comes the pitch. Way in the dirt. Out of control pitch that looked like it almost hit the grass. Somehow Caratini's able to stop it. That will be ball 1. 1-2 against Miguel Andujar. Here comes the next pitch from Bloss. Nice movement all the way to the outside. That was a good pitch, but somehow Andujar, when he swings, he's able to get a piece of it and foul it off and stay alive. Count remains 1-2. Alright, here comes the 1-2 pitch to Andujar. Swing and a miss, got him low, strike 3. So Bloss, after giving up a first pitch home run to Butler, strikes out Andujar. It seems like feast or famine with Jake Bloss right now. Hopefully this is the end of the runs that he gives up. Here comes the next pitch from Bloss against Blade. That's on the lower inside corner. Could have gone either way, but called strike. 0-1 is the count. Blade did strike out in the first inning. Here comes the second pitch from Bloss. High and outside for ball 1. That will even the count, 1-1. Bloss looking for the signal. He shakes off a couple from Caratini, and now he's got what he likes. Here comes the pitch. Inside, high, but swing and a miss by Blade. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bloss looking for the call. Shakes off a couple. Shakes off another. Shakes off another. Shakes off another. Shakes off another. Finally got what he wants. Here comes the pitch. Nice pitch. Low and gets him swinging for strike 3. So Bloss gives a home run up on the very first pitch of the bottom of the third, and then comes back with 2 strikeouts. So it goes from looking like a chump to looking like a boss. Boss Bloss. Next pitcher is Brent Rooker, right-handed batter. Bloss taking his time getting the right call, and here comes the pitch. Little movement too far outside and low, taken for a ball. 1-0 is the count to Rooker. Here comes the second pitch to Rooker. That is a nice movement. 83 miles an hour in there in the upper part of the zone for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bloss is now up to 45 pitches. Bloss gets the call, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. High, check swing. Did he go around? They're going to say safe. He did not go around, so it'll be 2-1. That was a good looking pitch. I don't know how he was able to hold up on that one, but he did. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Bloss. A little low, but the ump liked it. Strike 2. Rooker didn't complain about it. There's no reason to. I mean, it looked a little low, but, you know, once again, it's pointless to argue, right? 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Oh, on the outside, but not close enough for a strike. Takes it for ball 3. The count is full. Astros 1 strike away here from ending the damage in the bottom of the third. Here comes the pitch. Way outside. It was a nice looking pitch, but the location was just too bad. It was not fooling Rooker. He takes it for ball 4. He's going to be on first base now. That's my cue to move a runner onto my grid. Right? Okay. And that brings up Shea Langeliers. Shea Langeliers batting in the bottom of the third here with 2 outs, 1 runner on first. Here's the pitch from Bloss. Identical pitch to the one that walked the last batter, Rooker. Low and away for ball 1. Langeliers struck out in the first inning. Let's see if he can repeat that. Here comes the pitch from Bloss. On the outside corner, swing and a miss by Langeliers. 88 miles per hour. That was the pitch that he probably should have thrown, or he might have been trying to throw against Rooker, but wasn't able to execute. It was just too far out and low, leading to the walk. Count is 1-1 against Langeliers. Bloss has got the call. And long pause on the mound. Here comes the pitch. On the outside corner again, this time fouled away and off the glove of Caratini. Count is now 1-2. Bloss out ahead of Langeliers. One ball and 2 strikes. 52 pitches now for Jake Bloss. He's got the call. He goes over to first base to check Rooker at first. He's able to get back, no problem. The crowd very weakly boos. I would imagine that there aren't too many people in the stands. Yeah, I can kind of see that there aren't too many people in the stands for the A's. I understand why. This pitch is low, and he does run on this one, but the pitch or the throw to Altuve is way too high, and Rooker is into second base with a steal. Yeah, that was yeah, even if the throw had been good, Rooker would have been in there. He just got a good jump, and the leg kick by Bloss is just it adds too much time onto the pitch. Next pitch is fouled away by Langeliers. Count remains 2-2. Oh, I need to move the runner to second base, right? There. Okay, next pitch to Langeliers. Breaking ball right down the middle, but drops out of the zone, and he takes it for ball 3. The count is now full. So Bloss has allowed Langeliers to come back in the count, and now it's full. Full count, 2 outs, runner on second. Here comes a pitch from Bloss to Langeliers. High fastball, Langeliers hits it to center field. Looks like it's going to be playable for Jake Myers. And Jake has got it. He calls off Lografito and hauls it in for out number 3. So apart from the home run, the solo shot on the very first pitch of the inning, Bloss is able to shut down the A's and strand 1 runner on second base. A's now have 4 hits and 3 runs. Astros sitting on 3 hits with 1 run. In the top of the 4th, we will see Yordan Alvarez coming up to bat first, followed by the DH, Yainer Diaz, and then John Singleton. Alvarez had a really nice hit in the first inning, but unfortunately, the Astros weren't able to capitalize on any of that. They had a couple of runners on, and Bregman was caught tagging on a shot to right field. He was caught trying to get home, and that ended the inning. Well, it's feeling a little warm in here, even though I had the AC on. With the hat and the big headphones, it's really warm. Jordan's up to bat. The very first pitch to him from Beto is on the inside corner. Big swing by Jordan, but a complete whiff for strike one. Here comes the second pitch, high and outside for ball one. Beto seems to be moving a little faster against Alvarez here. Jordan steps out of the box, shakes out his arm, swings the bat around a little bit. Gets set. Beto's got the call. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, 86 miles an hour, but fouled off into the stands on the left side by Alvarez. Opposite field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beto looking for the count, or looking for the sign here, and he's got it, and here comes the pitch. Low for ball 2. 2-2. So far, Jordan not swinging at any garbage, which is nice. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's right down the middle and hit hard by Alvarez to center field, but it's not even going to get quite to the warning track. It's going to die before it gets there. It looked better when it was first struck, but once again, similar to Altuve's hit, just a little too far underneath it, too much air. So he flies out for the first out of the inning. Again, the Astros continue hitting the ball out deep into the field. That brings up the DH for the day, Yainer Diaz. Diaz has the power to get a ball out of here, but not like that. That ball was low and outside, and he fouls it away. Fooled by that pitch. Looks like he thought it was going straight into the zone. 0-1 to Diaz. Beto comes in with a second pitch. This one is lined out to right, but it was a nice hit. Very strong line drive, but way out into the stands. That would have been an excellent, a really excellent opposite field hit, but strike 2. And third pitch, high and out of the zone for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beto up to his 45th pitch with this one. High in the zone, fouled away by Diaz, protecting the count there, avoiding strike 3. The count remains 1-2. Somebody actually has a dog at the game. That's interesting. I didn't know you could bring your dog to a baseball game like that, to a stadium. Doesn't look like a guide dog. But I could be wrong. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch from Beto to Diaz. It's in the zone again, but once again Diaz fouls it away to the right side, stays alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count remains. Here comes the next pitch. Outside corner, Diaz swings and misses. Should have let that one go for a ball 2, but unfortunately Diaz couldn't hold back. That'll be out number 2. And that brings up John Singleton. John Singleton definitely has the power to send one out of here. Let's see if he can get a hold of one. Here comes the first pitch from Vito, way outside for a ball. Singleton struck out in the second. He takes another ball outside here. So the count is in his favor at the moment. 2 balls and no strikes. This will be the 50th pitch from Osvaldo Vito. He comes up real quickly, gets the sign, puts it under the arms of Singleton and on the corner for strike 1. Yeah, some nice acting by Singleton, but the umpire wasn't having it. Here's the third pitch. A little low, but grounded down the third baseline, foul by Singleton. That could have been called either way, so 2-2 is the count now. 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Astros making contact with the ball, but haven't been able to turn it into much other than that solo shot. Here's the pitch. 2-2 pitch is fouled away again, this time low and inside. But Singleton is able to make contact and bounce it away to stay alive. The count remains 2-2. Is this where Singleton crushes it out? Let's see. Here comes the pitch on the outside corner. He goes down just like Diaz. Swings at a ball on the outside corner. Can't get there. Strike 3. Astros 3 up and 3 down. Don't get anything in the 4th inning. So we're going to go into the bottom of the 4th with the Astros behind 1-3. Upcoming batters for the Athletics. I'll have that for you in just a moment. It's really nice that I'm able to stream this at least in 1080 HD. For those of you who don't know, if you just grab your phone and you connect directly to YouTube and do a live stream, then what happens is that it streams in 720p. You can't even do 1080p. The only way that you can stream with your phone like that is to use a software. If you use a software like Prism is a popular software for streaming, and it connects directly to YouTube. You can change the settings and stream in 1080p. Currently I am using my laptop and I have a webcam here for me, but I'm also able to use the software to put other things on the screen. And that's why you're able to see the overlay that I have now with all the information for the pictures and the teams, the venue, etc. I still have a runner on second base. I need to take that off. Once again, I forget. There we go. Solve for that. That will change momentarily. There's like an 8-second delay. Bottom of the 4th. Abraham Toro is back up. Left-handed batter. Toro has 1 hit this game. A single and a stolen base. For the season, batting .259. First pitch is it's 1-1 actually. He sends this one out into center field, and Jake Myers runs over. It was a little unclear as to who was going to go for that one, Loperfido or Myers, but Myers pulls it in. So on a 1-1 count, Toro flies out to center field. That will bring up Seth Brown. First pitch to him is crushed way out to the right field stands and out of play. Dangerous looking hit there, but luckily foul. No balls and one strike to Seth Brown. He flew out in the second inning. He's batting 190 for the season. Here comes the second pitch to him. That one's right down the middle, a little low, and all the way to center field. That's going to be gone. It is. And this is the point where I feel like Bloss needs to come out. This is the third home run that he's given up. The Astros are now down 4-1 here in the bottom of the fourth with just one out. I just feel like Bloss is giving up way too many solid hits right in the zone with just no movement on the ball. That was right over the plate, no movement, and over the State Farm sign in center field, over 400 feet. He's given up 2 home runs in that exact same spot. First pitch to Geloff is a ball. Second pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 to him. 1-1 to Geloff. Here comes the pitch. Low in the zone, but taken for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Visitor Bloss comes back and has 2 strikeouts. Gives up a home run and 2 strikeouts like he did last inning. We'll see. Here comes the next pitch, low and in the dirt for ball 2. The count evens at 2-2. It's very difficult to call games like this. I don't get to call every single game. I feel like it would be different if I called every single game. But when they're playing a team like the A's, and I get the chance to call the game and then they play like this, it's very disappointing. That pitch is low and away for ball 3. The count is full against Zach Geloff. Astros need to wake up. Bloss has got the signal, got the sign. Here comes the pitch. That one is hit hard. Yeah, that was completely gone. That was gone right off the bat. Zach Geloff hits one out to left field and way out into the stands for the second home run of the inning and the 4th home run off Jake Bloss. Like I said, he should have come out already. If he doesn't come out now, there's something going on with his spot up because it's now 5-1. The A's have 5 runs on 6 hits here in the bottom of the fourth with just 1 out. And Jake Bloss is just giving up these hits right in the middle of the plate with no movement on the ball whatsoever. I don't know what he's throwing there, but he can't be pitching like that. Next pitch, Bloss stays in the game. Next pitch is high for ball 1 against Max Schumann. Here comes the next pitch. Inside ball 2. Dubin is now warming up in the bullpen. About time. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Schumann. Right in there. That was a dangerous pitch, but luckily Schumann takes it for strike 1. Wasn't much movement on that pitch either. Very similar to the ones that they've been hitting out. So the 2-1 pitch, here it comes. And that one is in the zone, but luckily Schumann gets way underneath it and skies it up to Jordan, who comes in to make the grab. That could have been another solo shot very easily. Just not good contact by Schumann, luckily. That's out number 2. Gonna have to go get some Tylenol. This is giving me a headache. That's gonna bring up Butler, I believe. Lawrence Butler, the leadoff batter. He's 2 for 2 today. He's got a home run. Long delay by Bloss before that pitch. Finally delivers the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner there. Butler just owning Bloss today with a triple and a home run. And he scored twice. Here comes the next pitch right down the middle. 91 miles an hour for a strike. So 0-2 against Butler. Astros need this third out to get out of the inning. Bloss comes in with the 2-2 or 0-2 pitch rather. Little kind of a half-hearted swing by Butler to foul it off to keep the count at 0-2. Jake Bloss here comes in with the 0-2 pitch again. And again on the outside corner, and same result. Butler just gives a half-hearted swing to foul it away. Out into the crowd on the left side of the field, down the third baseline. The count remains 0-2. Bloss up to 75 pitches. Getting really close to 20 pitches per inning average. That's crazy. This pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Here is the 1-2 pitch. On the inside corner, Singleton bobbles it and quickly recovers and tosses it to Bloss, and they barely get him. That was a difficult catch, it looked like, by Singleton, and it bounced off his glove, and he was able to grab the ball on the rebound and get it to Bloss, who covered the bag just in time to get the speedy Butler at first base. That ends the inning. The Astros, after giving up another 2 runs off 2 solo home runs, finally able to get out of the inning. So at the end of 4 innings, the Astros are down 5-1 against the Oakland Athletics of all teams. Now, to the A's credit, they are basically the hottest team in baseball, I would say, over the past month in many categories. I think including batting average and hits and maybe even home runs. They showed some stats earlier, but it was so much information I can't possibly remember all of it. But basically, they have been on fire for the past month and leading the MLB in many categories, and they're continuing that right now. However, I feel that Bloss could have been taken out of the game a little earlier, and possibly in this game the Astros are only down by 3 or 4 runs. That's just my personal feeling, but it is what it is. Astros have put up goose eggs in every inning so far except for the third. They have a solo shot from Caratini. They left a couple of runners on base, missed opportunities in the first inning. The A's, on the other hand, have continued to put up runs in every inning except for the second. They got 2 in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth, with 4 home runs in the process. All of the A's runs have come on home runs, including a 2-run shot. 1 year ago today, they're showing a 2-run home run by Dubon that helped the Astros beat the A's 3-2. Pena is up and he grounds one over to shortstop, and there's a long throw, and Pena is able to beat it out for a single. So Pena is safe at first base with a first pitch single. Schumann, the shortstop, he had to run over to his left to get that ball, and then had a long throw while he was going away from the base, and it looked like he slipped when he threw the ball, and he didn't even get the throw on target. It bounced and was far off the left, so Pena was safe by a mile. That will bring up Jake Myers. Myers grounds just past third base and out of bounds, so that will be strike 1. Myers batting .235 for the season. He grounded out his last at bat. Jeremy Pena on first. No balls, 1 strike to Jake Myers. Here comes the pitch from Vito. Way inside, almost clips Jake Myers, and that will be ball 1. And I'm going to move a base runner on for Pena onto the screen for you. Something I keep forgetting to do, but see if I can remember to move him around this time. Hopefully he will score. 1-1 is the count. Vito's got the sign. Here it comes. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Myers takes it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count against Jake Myers. Jake Myers also has his moments. He definitely has the ability to put the ball out. He's got the power to bring the Astros within 2 runs if he can knock one out. They have been hitting the ball pretty hard off of Beto, just haven't turned it into runs except for the one shot by Caratini. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That looks like strike 3, and it is. And Pena is able to steal second base, barely beats the throw, but unfortunately Myers goes down on that taken pitch, on an excellent outside pitch by Beto. Excellent base running by Pena there. Good jump. Paid attention to what was going on. Perfect slide. Got in there no problem. That brings up Caratini. With 1 out, runner on second. Here comes the first pitch. Low and away, but in there for a strike. I'm going to move this base runner to second base. Pena's now on second. Caratini got 1 strike. He's got 1 strike, no balls. Beto gets the sign, takes a look back at Pena. Looks again. Here comes the pitch. Caratini gets way under this ball, skies it up, just barely into the center field area. The shortstop comes over, puts it away. Pena can't go anywhere. That's out number 2. That brings up Joey Loperfido. Once again, the Astros have a chance with somebody in scoring position to put some runs on the board, at least 1. And this is their last chance to do it with 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch to Loperfido from Beto. Way outside and high for ball 1. No balls and 1 strike on Joey Loperfido. Beto looks back at Pena, and here's the delivery. Oh, that was right in the zone, and a nice swing by Loperfido, but fouled back. That will even the count at 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Beto gets the call. And here comes the pitch. Oh, he just right at Loperfido, just nails him in the back. Loperfido spins away, but he's nailed right in the back, right on the letters, right on the numbers. And he's running down to first base, so the Astros have another runner on. They're showing this. That ball was just to the right of his number and right kind of into the ribs, the ribs in his back. A direct bean by Beto. The A's will have a meeting on the mound between their third baseman, catcher, coach, and pitcher. Jose Altuve is coming to bat now. My hero, Jose Altuve. If anybody can make something happen, it's Altuve. The crowd is giving some weak boos. Yeah, cry some more. Call the ambulance. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. Altuve struck out in the first inning, flew out his last at bat. Let's see what he can do here. Here's the first pitch, low and away for ball 1. Altuve batting .354 this season with runners in scoring position. He's 5th in the American League in that category. Here comes the second pitch from Beto to Altuve. Another low and away, ball 2. Altuve flipping his bat just casually. Seems relaxed and calm right now. Altuve's ready. Beto's got the sign, and here comes the pitch. Way outside again for ball 3. 3 straight balls outside to Altuve, who hasn't even nibbled at those pitches. Good, solid, patient at bat for Altuve. Beto steps off the mound for a second. Gets a breather. Comes back in, looks for the sign. Shakes off a couple. Altuve's waiting. And finally he's got what he wants. Comes set, and here's the 3-0 pitch. right down the middle for strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike to Altuve. That was an 87-mile-per-hour slider right in the middle of the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Called timeout. All right. There was a loose ball on the field, so the ump called time. And we're good to go now. Beto gets the call. Comes set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Altuve fouls it back. Nice swing on a slider. Not able to make solid contact. Just fouls it back. That will cause the count to be full at 3-2. So 2 runners on first and second with 2 outs. Altuve with a full count. Here's the pitch. Fouls it away. Just barely got a piece of it. Very low and in the dirt there. I forgot to put another runner on first base. Let me update that. There we go. So we'll have a repeat full count pitch to Jose Altuve. This will be the 70th pitch for Beto. In the top of the 5th, full count, 2 outs. Jose Altuve batting with 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. And Altuve hits it. He swings at a low pitch and pops it up to the shortstop, who puts it away for the 3rd out. Very disappointing once again. Altuve throws his helmet down in disgust, and I know how you feel. So once again, the Astros put a couple of runners on, threatened to score, come away with absolutely nothing. Couldn't be more disappointing than that. I'm not even sure if, I don't know how you feel, but I'm not sure if I feel worse about 3 up and 3 down. The Astros just come up and are 3 up and 3 down and go into the next inning like nothing, like they can't hit anything or don't care. Or they get runners on and then fail to convert. I don't know which is more disappointing. What do you think? It's difficult for me to make that decision. I've thought about it before, but I really don't know. Both are really frustrating, right? I'm going to move my runners off the bases now because they are not needed. If the Astros lose this series to the A's, I don't care how good the A's are playing right now or have been playing. I don't care about that. What I care about is that this is the Houston Astros, and they are a team full of very talented guys. And I get it that Blas is a rookie that has almost no experience. He has very little experience in the MLB, and a lot has been put on his shoulders to pitch this game. I get that. And he gave up 5 runs and 4 home runs. All of those were home runs. I get it. It makes sense why that would happen. But it doesn't explain why the Astros only have 1 run after 5 innings. It doesn't explain that. Yeah, they just showed the replay of John Singleton getting that play at first base where he was able to scoop the ball up and then grab it with his hand. Sean Dubin is in to replace oh, can I change that? I might be able to change that. He's able to change or replace oh, I'm sorry, hang on a second. The screen went crazy. Okay. Let me update the pitching here. Miguel Andujar is up. He just took strike 1. First pitch was a ball. For some reason, my screen went kind of crazy. I couldn't see what was going on. So Dubin is delivering the 1-1 pitch to Andujar. Good movement on that pitch, low and outside. Gets Andujar to swing. Andujar laughs and calls timeout, takes a break. Count is 1-2 against him. Dubin is moving very quickly here. So just calling the pitches is about all I can do at the moment. As soon as he steps back in, Dubin gets the call and he goes into his windup. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, fouled away by Andujar to remain 1-2. If I can get a picture of Dubin, I might be able to update it on the screen. 1-2 is the count. Dubin looking for the signal. And here comes the pitch. That was right down the middle, and line drive out to left field for a single. Jordan scoops it up and gets it in. So Andujar leads off with a base hit. After a 1-2 count, he's able to turn that into a base hit. So the A's have a runner on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Just what we needed. Not. All right. That brings up Bleday. J.J. Bleday. First pitch from Dubin is on the way. Off the fists, and he fouls it. No, it's fair. He just hits it off his fists, opposite field, right past Bregman into left field, and it just barely lands fair. He's going to be able to get a double out of that, as it takes Jordan quite a while to get over there to get it, and that moves Andujar over to third base. So that was a bloop hit, just a ridiculously lucky hit. And by the time Jordan got it in, it was already too late. They have runners on second, third now, the A's do, with no outs. Sean Dubin now pitching to Brent Rooker. Here's the first pitch to him. A little check swing, but a little outside. He didn't go around. That'll be ball 1. Can't blame that hit really on Dubin so much. It was kind of lucky. But he does find himself in a pickle now with 2 runners on and no outs. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Low taken for ball 2. 2-0. Let me see if I can get my runners on base now. There we go. 2-0 is the count against Brent Rooker. Dubin gets the sign, and here comes the pitch. He swings, and it's on the ground. It's held by Pena. He holds him on third, so the runners do not advance, and he's thrown out at first base. So 1 out, runners do not advance. Good play by Jeremy Pena to hold Andujar at third and make the play at first base. That will bring up Shea Langoliers. Langoliers has a strikeout and a flyout today. This is his first time facing Dubin. Dubin's got the sign, comes set, and here's the delivery. That one looked like a good pitch, but Caratini let it get away from him, and so they missed a strike call there. It's 1 ball and no strikes. If he had caught that one, it would have likely been called a strike. Disappointing. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next pitch to Langoliers from Dubin. Nice movement on the outside corner, but too far out. Ball 2. 8 hits for the A's now. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Dubin to Langoliers. This one is on the ground to Pena, and he goes home. Caratini's going to get the out at home. Excellent play by Pena. Andujar tried to go for it, but a perfect throw by Pena and perfect tag by Caratini gets the out at home. The A's do not get a run. Now the A's have runners on first and third with 2 outs. Excellent play by Jeremy Pena. So now we will move these runners to first and third. That brings up Abraham Toro with runners on the corners and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Dubin gets the call, and here's the pitch. Way outside there. Sometimes when I'm listening to the game, the commentators while I'm talking also. I've got it turned down very low just so I can get some information, but it's kind of weird sometimes when I'm talking and listening at the same time. It affects what I say. Caratini calls a timeout, runs out to the mound to meet with Dubin. Bregman comes over, Pena comes in. They're all having a little meeting here. probably talking about which baseball cards they have in their fantasy leagues or something like that. Oh, they're advertising the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. I'm actually going to go see that tomorrow here in Japan, tomorrow afternoon, so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, 1 ball, no strikes to Toro. Dubin's on the mound, and he's ready for the pitch. Here it comes. Right on the outside corner, but called ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runners on the corners for the A's with Abraham Toro batting. Sean Dubin is on the mound. He's got the call, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. Right on the outside corner, fouled away by Toro. That will give him his first strike. The count is 2-1. Two and 1 is the count on Toro. Dubin's got the sign and waiting for the delivery. Here it comes. Right down the middle, ground ball and through past the diving glove of Singleton. It looks like the A's are going to add to their lead easily here with 1 extra run. Langoliers will go to third on that single by Toro. That ball was just past the glove of Singleton. I'd like to see the replay there to see how close that was. Can't tell if it was just too far for Singleton or if it went under his glove, but either way he had to dive for it and he missed it. So the Astros are down 6-1. Brings up Seth Brown with more runners, and runners still in the corners. First pitch from Dubin, inside for a ball. A's are just making the Astros look really bad this game. I mean, most of that's on Bloss for giving up all those home runs, but still, the Astros need to put some points on the board. 1-0. Here comes the pitch from Dubin. Right on the outside corner, low and away for a strike. 1-1 against Seth Brown. Dubin's got the sign, and here comes the pitch. In the dirt, Caratini's able to scoop it up, keep the runners from advancing. 2 balls and 1 strike. So the A's have scored at least 1 run in all but 1 innings through 5 innings. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Dubin. That is on the inside corner, strike 2. Good pitch by Dubin. Dubin trying to get out of the inning after giving up 1 run on that single. He gets the call. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt. Nice movement on that sinking pitch, but just a little too low. And that will load up the count, 3-2. Let's see if he can get out of the inning here or if it's going to get a little hairy. Runners on the corners, 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dubin pitching to Seth Brown. And here comes the pitch. He swings on a very bad inside pitch and fouls it away. That could have been ball 4. Luckily for the Astros, he bit, and the count remains 3-2. I wouldn't say that other than the home runs, the A's haven't had much going on. This pitch goes right up the middle, but Pena is right there and is easily able to send it over to first base for the 3rd out. That'll be the end of the inning. But Dubin does give up 1 run on that single. So the Astros have given up 9 hits and 6 runs, but they only have 4 hits and 1 run. Astros have 4 more chances to put some runs on the board. Let's see if they can actually do something. Yeah, I think I have a picture that I can swap out because Jake Bloss is no longer in the game. So I think I have a picture of Dubin that I can put in the place of Bloss right now. But I can't change his name though. That's one thing I can't do. Is like, but I can put some text. I can do that. Let's see here. This will be Dubin. Where's my picture of Dubin? Oh, I didn't save it yet. I have an Astros pictures file on my computer with the different pictures of the Astros. And there's Dubin. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. I've got Dubin added. Now I just have to add his name. Let's see here. Strike is the first pitch here. Okay. All right, there we go. I think I've got it. 1 second. Bregman hits one to the left. Yep. There was a little line drive by Bregman to the left side, but that's playable for the first out of the inning. Okay, there we go. It's not perfect, but it'll work. I've got Sean Dubin in now. And of course, they changed the pitcher for the A's too. Scott Alexander's now on the mound. He's facing Yordan Alvarez with 1 out. First pitch is 81 miles per hour, right in the bottom of the zone for a strike. It looked like a good pitch to launch, but Yordan just took it, so it's 0-1. Alexander comes set, and here's the delivery. This one is hit by Yordan to center field, and it's going to bounce off the wall. And 1 hop off the wall, Yordan runs into second. Is he going to? Yep, he gets in there standing up. So Yordan has a double. 110.7 miles per hour off the bat. So he nailed that ball, just a really fast line drive. There was no chance for the center fielder to get out there fast enough to catch it. And it 1 hops off the wall and gives him a double. So the Astros once again have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and that brings up Yainer Diaz. He's biting his lip. Looks like he's focused on hitting the ball here. He does hit a grounder at second base, and he grounds out, but he gets Yordan to third base. So 2 outs with Yordan Alvarez over at third base. That brings up John Singleton. All Singleton has to do is just get a little hit here. Just a single would be enough to bring in Alvarez and make this game a little more reachable. Alexander gets the call and brings in the pitch. Low and away, swing and miss by Singleton. I need to move my runner off first base. There's nobody on first base right now. There we go. Singleton, next pitch, 0-1. Check swing, did he go around? And he says no, luckily. It looked like he It was close. It looked close, but ball one. 1-1 against Singleton. Scott Alexander. He gets the sign that he wants. Here comes a 1-1 pitch against Singleton. Low and away. Singleton holds up. Ball two. 2-1. These games so far, game one and game two, have not gone the way I thought they were going to go. 2-1 pitch to Singleton on the inside. That was a bad pitch, way too inside, and Singleton hacks at it, fouls it off for strike two. Not a good pitch to be swinging on right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the even count with 2 outs and a runner on third. Alexander brings the pitch into Singleton, who grounds it to second base. Easy play over to first, and that will end the inning. The Astros once again strand a runner on and do absolutely nothing. So apart from Caratini's single or solo home run shot, the Astros have done absolutely nothing on offense because they've stranded all of their runners. 5 hits, 1 run, and we go into the bottom of the 6th. The Astros now only have 3 more opportunities to put some runs on the board. Let's see if I can get an updated picture of Alexander, the pitcher for the A's. Scott Alexander. There's a picture. I wonder if I can just bring that into the browser. I'll give it a try. Browser. Okay. Opponent pitcher. Yes, it worked. But the size is it's going to be very small. The picture's going to the picture's going to be very small, but it does work. So, whoops. Okay, now Dubin is out and Seth Martinez is in. Very first pitch of this inning is put out to center field, and Myers is easily able to make that play. So Seth Martinez is the new pitcher for the Astros. The very first pitch, he's able to get a fly out on Max Schumann. That will bring up the top of the order Lawrence Butler. Butler has put a lot of hurt on the Astros with a triple and a home run in this game. Seth Martinez, he quickly goes onto the mound. Very first pitch. Oops, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself there. That flyout was by Giloff, and Schumann is now up to bat, who takes the first pitch for a ball. So that flyout was Giloff, and Butler is on deck. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike against Max Schumann. Seth Martinez. Yeah, changing these pitchers and their names is a little time consuming. Here comes the next pitch, the 1-1 pitch, right in there for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seth Martinez is out ahead of Schumann, 1-2. He quickly gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. Way outside. Lots of movement on that ball and way out of the zone for ball 2. So it's 2-2. Schumann calls timeout. Okay. comes the pitch from Martinez. Little inside, fouled off by Schumann. The count remains 2-2. Okay, a little bit of a delay there as Martinez gets ready for the next pitch, but he's back on the rubber. He's got the sign. Here comes the pitch. This one is hit out into right center for a single. Myers backhands it and brings it into second base. So Schumann will be on with one out. Okay. So we have a runner on first now, so I'll update that. I've got the name updated on the screen, but first pitch to Butler, he attempts to bunt, but he misses for strike one. They've got so many seats in the upper decks completely covered with no fans there in Oakland. It's crazy. This one is ripped hard out to right field by Martinez, and he's easily going to have a double. And that's going to score a run. Nobody covering second. That was crazy. He rips it out to right field, and the runner's easily able to score from first base. The A's now up 7-1. Martinez booked it to second, easily in there with a double, and rounded it like he was going to go to third, and he would have been in a throwdown in the hot box. Altuve tossed it over to third, but there was nobody on second base to get the throw from Bregman to catch Butler, so he's going to stay on second base with one out. Yeah, the Astros are looking kind of like nonsense right now. 11 hits now for the A's. 7 runs on 11 hits. It's ridiculous. First pitch is a ball to Miguel Andujar. Martinez brings in the second pitch. This one is low for ball 2. 2-0. Kind of confused as to why they didn't keep Dubin in. Questioning some of these coaching calls right now. 2-0. Here comes a pitch to Andujar. Right on the inside corner for strike one, so the count is now 2-1. Unless the Astros do something amazing in the next few innings and just start scoring runs like crazy, this is a pretty shameful game. Here comes the pitch, 2-1 pitch, inside corner, fouled away for strike 2. 2-2 against Andujar. Such a disappointing game so far. The 2-2 pitch to Andujar is on the way. High and outside for ball 3. It'll be a full count, 3-2. The A's have scored in every inning except for the second. We're now in the bottom of the 6th. They've scored 2-0, 1-2, 1-1. Here's the full count pitch. This one is hit out into right field. It looks like it's going to be fieldable by Loperfido, and it is. And he brings it in quickly to third, so Butler is not able to tag and go to third. They hold him at second base. That could have been a dangerous situation had he already been at third. He probably would have tagged and gone for it. There was no reason not to, being up by 6 runs. But not able to advance to third, so that's good. He stays at second, and there'll be 2 outs for the next batter. And J.J. Bleday, first pitch to him is right down the middle for a strike. Bleday's a left-handed hitter. He's 1 for 1 today. Or rather, he's got 1 hit, that is. 2 strikeouts, 1 hit. Next pitch to him is a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to J.J. Bleday. Butler still on second base, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch, low and away. Ball 2, 2-1. Whew. I'm looking forward to having lunch today. At least I have something good to look forward to. The next pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. So the count is now 3-1 as Martinez gets way behind against J.J. Bleday. Three and one. Seth Martinez on the mound here in the bottom of the 6th. He steps off the rubber to take a break. Astros trying to get out of the inning here. They've got 2 outs, 1 runner on second base. Bleday has a 3-1 count. Martinez brings the pitch. This one is in there, swing and a miss for strike 2. That will make the count full. And I need to move the runner to second base. I forgot to do that. It's all good now. Full counts. 2 outs, full count. Bottom of the 6th. Runner on second. Seth Martinez dealing to J.J. Bleday. Here comes the pitch. Inside swing and fouls it away. Count remains full at 3-2. I see that somebody was watching. Somebody was listening in or watching in. I appreciate you being here, and I'm sad to see you go, but I can understand. With the Astros losing 7-1, I can't blame you. Maybe there are better things you have to do besides listen to such a game. Here's the next pitch from Seth, and that's, that was low and inside. I thought it was going to be ball 4, but the ump liked it. He called him out. Bleday's jawing at the umpire, but once again, useless. So luckily, the Astros get the call, and the inning is over, but not before they give up another run. So, unfortunately, Bloss gave up 5 runs, all home runs, 4 home runs in total. One was a 2-run shot. Dubin comes in the 5th inning, gives up a run, and then we have Seth Martinez in the 6th inning, who also gives up a run. So every Astros pitcher has given up runs, and in the 2nd inning, it was the only inning that the Astros were able to have a shutout. So they're just playing in a way that's reminiscent of the early part of the year. The Astros seem to have decided that with the second part of the year, they're going to start off the All-Star break, after the All-Star break, the same way they started off the beginning of the year, and that's just to lose games that they should win. 7-1 going into the top of the 7th inning. A's have 11 hits. Astros only have 5, and they've only converted 1 run on a solo shot by Caratini. Total nonsense, right? Total nonsense. Let's see if I can update this information now. Oh, not that. No, I need to do... okay, I see. I need to delete that. Yes, delete Dubin, and I'll add a new source, a new browser source. I'll call that Astros Pitcher. There we go. Tyler Ferguson is now in the game for the A's on the mound. So I've got another pitching change to update, apparently. The opposing pitcher is... Do I have a picture of them? Pena hits it into left field, and a diving left fielder can't get to it. Pena is going to be in with a double. Second pitch of the inning. Pena gets a nice hit out to left field. A superb effort by the left fielder to catch it as he was diving. It looked like he should have caught that one. Yeah, well, it should have been in there. It wasn't a really difficult catch, but it went right off his glove. He missed it. Astros now have a runner on second with no outs. Jake Myers comes up, fouls off the first pitch. Here comes the second pitch to Jake Myers on the inside. Big hack and a miss for no balls and 2 strikes. Myers basically is over 2 today. Strikeout, ground out. If he could advance Pena over, it would be great. Homer would be even better. 0-2 pitch to Jake Myers. Here it comes. Way outside for ball 1. Jeremy Pena on second base. Myers trying to figure out a way to move him around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Ferguson on the mound, about to deliver to Myers. Here's the pitch. High and hit into center field. Is it going to drop? No. The center fielder is going to be able to get there in time and hold Pena at second. That will be the first out. Myers didn't get the bat on it very solidly, but unfortunately it was still a little too much on it. So the center fielder was able to run in and get it. That brings up Caratini. Victor Caratini with a solo shot. The Astros' only run so far this game. The first pitch to him was on the outside for a ball. Caratini looked really good at that at-bat. When he hit it out, he was just really focused, not swinging at the garbage, swinging hard and good at the ones in the zone, and then he finally hit it out. He takes this pitch way inside for a ball. That'll be 2-0 against him. Ferguson's got the sign. He's got the signal. Here comes the pitch. Caratini takes it on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Jeremy Pena on second base. Here comes the pitch. This one is right down the middle. Caratini hits it out in the left field. Not going to be deep enough. Pena can't advance. That's out number 2. It's looking like the Astros are going to strand a runner again. Continue the trend of the entire game by just leaving runners on. That brings up Joey Loperfido. Loperfido was hit by a pitch his last at bat and flew out before that. First pitch to him, low and away for a ball. He did give the ball a nice ride when he hit it out into right field, but it was playable. So he's come close to making something happen. Let's see if he can do something here. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes a pitch from Ferguson. This one's hit opposite field out into the stands for a foul ball and strike 1. I'm starting to think that changing these pitchers out for the live stream is a little difficult. I wish I knew before the inning started who it was going to be so I had time to do it. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, low and in the dirt for ball 2. Tyler Ferguson. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Loperfido. Again fouled away over on the left side and out of play. That will be strike 2. Alright, so Here we are in the top of the 7th with Pena on second, Loberfito batting, a 2-2 count, and 2 outs. Will they actually be able to do something here, or are they going to go down again? Here comes the pitch. High fastball, got him swinging, strike 3. Astros continue to bat miserably as they have this entire game, just leaving runners on base right and left. Pretty sad game overall so far. I'm hoping it's one of those games where the Astros come back and just start destroying the ball in the last few innings. But we'll see. So far, they're not able to do anything. They're able to threaten, get a runner on here and there, but then do absolutely nothing with it. Okay, so that was Brent. Who's the pitcher there? I'll change it later. Currently, right now, it says that Seth Martinez is still the pitcher. Whether or not that's accurate, we'll see when we come back. And then I'll try to update that for you on the screen. No runners on base now. I could have devoted this time to studying Japanese. I could have been doing my homework, my summer homework. But I decided to call this game, and I just knew that, especially after the Astros had such a terrible game yesterday, I just knew that they would win this game. They would score some runs today. But between yesterday's game and this one, they've only scored 1 freaking run. Can you believe that? So right now, it is in the 7th inning. So in the last 16 innings versus the Oakland A's, the Astros have scored 1 run. Just 1 run. Okay, here we go. Seth Martinez is still on the mound for the Astros. He's going to be facing Brent Rooker. Shakes off several signs, and here he gets what he wants, and it's grounded to Pena, who fires over to first base. Singleton gets it for out number 1. Excellent start to this inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. The ERA leader since May 11th with a minimum of 30 innings is Taylor Scott with the Astros. .59 ERA. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Next pitch by Martinez is a nice one on the inside. Langoliers swings and misses for strike 1. Here comes the next pitch to Langoliers on the outside corner for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 26 pitches now for Seth Martinez. Here comes the pitch. This one is crushed out to left field. It's going to be gone. Yep, that's right. The 5th home run of the night for the Oakland A's. 5 different players for the A's have hit home runs. Once again, a pitch by Martinez, similar to what we saw earlier by Bloss. It just hung over the plate. Seemed like no movement at all. Yeah, no movement at all. Just a high ball. And just pulled. It wasn't a very long hit, just a little over 370 feet, but it was pulled to left field. It was undoubtedly a homer. Astros are now down 8-1. First pitch to Abraham Toro is a ball on the outside corner. Insane. A's continue to score runs so far in every inning except the 2nd. This pitch is grounded up the middle. Pena plays it, makes an amazing play, and spins to throw over to Singleton at first to get the out. A really difficult ground out earned by Pena there. The ball was hit right up the middle. actually to the right of the bag and Martinez, but Pena was playing over and was able to nab it, spin around, and throw over the umpire with a spot-on throw to John Singleton to get the out. Amazing. Astros defense is doing well, except for the pitching. Pitching has just been terrible. First pitch to Seth Brown. He fouls it away for strike one. No balls and one strike. Here comes the pitch. High and in the zone. He flies it out to left field. Jordan can't get there. He's going to play it off the wall, and that's going to be a double for Seth Brown. A's continue to get hits against the Astros. I believe that's 13 hits now. The A's now have, yeah, that's right, 13 hits and 8 runs against the Astros pitching today. So even if you took away the 5 runs that Blas gave up after 4 home runs, the Astros would still be down 3-1 because of giving up more home runs. It's ridiculous. The first pitch to Zach Gelof is outside for a ball. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, 1 ball, no strikes to Zach Gelof. Seth Martinez on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. We got a runner on second. I'm going to put that on there. Update that. There we go. 1-1 pitch to Gelof. Here it is on the inside corner, but too far in, way inside actually. For ball 2. 2-1. Oh, goodness. Rafael Montero is warming up in the bullpen. So I guess the Astros are going to give up 3 more runs. 2 or 3 more runs. Next pitch is fouled way up and away by Gelof for strike 2. So I guess that the Astros will give up double digits runs to the A's because I have no faith in Montero coming in and locking down the 8th inning. No faith at all. Sorry to be cynical or negative, but that's the way I feel about Montero. But with that said, there is a strikeout here as Martinez is able to get him swinging on that last pitch, and the Astros get out of the inning. So Astros can't stop giving up runs in this game against the Oakland Athletics, and are now going into the top of the 8th, down 8-1. Astros with 6 hits and 1 run. The A's with 13 hits and 8 runs. Most of the A's runs coming from home runs. Absolutely insane. You know, I've criticized streamers before for ending streams like this when their teams are doing really badly and they're not only not scoring runs, but they're just giving up tons of runs in the process, and then they just end the live stream early, or maybe like in the 7th inning or something. Like, screw this, I'm not gonna do this. This is bull. You guys have a great day, and then they stop the live stream, and I've never approved of that. I think that if you're doing, it's different if you're just watching a game or if you're just listening to a game, and your team is getting slaughtered and they're just playing like garbage. And if you don't want to watch, fine, walk away from it. But even if the Astros or my team, like, if there's still a chance, and even though they're down by 7 runs, or if they're down by 15 runs, I know it's crazy, but there's still a chance they can come back, right? It's possible. It's highly unlikely, but it's possible. And because of that, I will continue to watch the game. Now, it's a little different if you're watching a game like football. If you're watching football and I'm watching the Tigers play another team, and let's say it's in the 4th quarter with only 5 minutes left, and they're down by like 40 points. There's no way they're going to come back and win that game. When it gets to a certain point, it becomes literally impossible. And at that point, I may choose to just, say, forget this, I don't want the bad vibes, and just walk away and do something else. But in baseball, even if you're down by 15 runs, you know, there's a chance. It's minute, but it's there. It looks like there is a pinch hitter for the Astros. They took out Altuve. Altuve hasn't been able to do anything today. He has no hits. And they bring in Aldimas Diaz. Wow, a really nice line drive down the third baseline, but foul. A nice solid hit. And that will be strike 2 on Diaz. Michael Otenez is on the mound for the A's. This one is a breaking ball, swinging strike 3. Diaz goes down on 3 pitches. That'll be out number 1. People are booing. That must mean that Alex Bregman is coming up to bat. Looks like tomorrow Hunter Brown is going to be on the mound for the Astros. I will not be calling that game tomorrow. I would like to, since Hunter Brown is pitching. But I'm meeting a friend and going somewhere. Now that I'm on summer break, I'm able to go do a couple of things. First pitch is a strike for Bregman, and then really quickly, Otenez goes into another pitch and delivers a ball on the outside corner, close to the outside corner, 1-1. Here comes the third pitch. That one is swung on and missed, 97 miles per hour in the top outside corner for strike 2. Yeah, I like to, now that I have a little break from school, I don't have to be at school during the daytime on weekdays. I want to try to take a break and do a little something. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled back by Bregman. Little pitch on the outside corner. Manages to get the bat on it and stay alive. 1-2 is the count. I think I'd be really upset if I canceled plans with my friend and came and called the game and then the Astros get swept tomorrow. That'd be terrible. This pitch almost takes Bregman's head off. He gets out of the way. That'll be ball 2. It counts 2-2. Yeah, it would really suck to get swept by the A's. It's bad enough to lose 2 games like this. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Bregman. That one's right in there, 98 for a strike. Bregman freezes and takes it. That wasn't like him to take a pitch like that. But strike 3, 2 strikeouts for Otenez in this inning. Astros now down to just 4 outs to come back with 7 or 8 runs to tie or win this game. Chas McCormick is now batting for Alvarez. It looks like the Astros have given up on this game. First pitch is right in there on the corner for a strike. 0-1 against Chas McCormick. McCormick having a pretty bad year. This ball's hit pretty hard by McCormick out in left field, and left fielder's going to be all the way back to the warning track. He gave it a good ride, and he almost got there, but he was about 5 feet too short of a home run, so that'll be out number 3. Yeah, McCormick has just had a pretty bad year, and that's probably a good example of it right there, to give it a ride and fly out right on the warning track. Astros are now down to their last 3 outs, and it seems highly unlikely that they will be able to do anything, considering they are 7 runs down. According to the stats, right now the A's have a 99.9% chance of winning this game. Do you think so? There's still that 0.1% chance or 0.01% chance that the Astros could come back and win. But the way they've been playing, it looks like they just don't care. This reminds me of so many games the Astros have played in the past when they're just playing so terribly. Like the beginning of the year, for example. It looks like they just don't care. And the results show it. So we're going to move into the bottom of the 8th inning. Currently, Seth Martinez is still shown to be pitching on the mound, but Rafael Montero was warming up. So it's likely that he will be in the game. Let's see here. Open image. See if I can get a picture up for you of Rafael Montero. Yep, Montero is in the game, so I'm going to switch that picture out. There we go. A couple of quick strikes from Montero before I can even get him updated on the screen. He's out ahead of Max Schumann, 0-2. Here comes the third pitch from Montero. Right on the outside corner, but just a little out. Just a little too far out. Ball 1. 1-2. On the good side, the Angels are actually beating the Mariners right now. So if they're able to lock that win, if they're able to lock that win down, the Astros will not lose any ground on them. The Astros have been lucky because yesterday the Mariners also lost. Here comes the next pitch from Montero, and that's flied out to right field. It looks playable for Loperfido, and he puts it away for out number 1. That was a weak, lazy fly ball out there, no problem. Glad to see that there wasn't any strong contact on that ball, so that's good. If Montero can get through this inning with 3 up and 3 down, I'll be quite happy with that and impressed, because it usually doesn't happen. Lawrence Butler is now up to bat. If Butler gets a single, he will have a cycle, because he's got a double, triple, and a home run. He's had a really great game today. After the first pitch, ball on the outside, Montero delivers another one way outside for ball 2. Montero's got the signal, and here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, and a little on the outside, but a nice pitch. Butler's not able to get around on it in time, and he fouls it away on the third base side. Strike 1. 2-1 on Butler. Montero looking for the sign, shakes off a few. He's got what he wants, and here it comes. That one's up and in for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Astros commentators are actually saying that they hope that Montero will actually give Butler an opportunity to hit the ball to try for his cycle. But we'll see here. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. On the inside corner, and he walks him. The crowd's booing. They wanted to see an opportunity for him to get a single and get the cycle. But instead, Montero puts him on base with a 1 out. Wow. They just showed a commercial with Jeremy Pena. When he's not in uniform, man, it looks like his arms are huge. He doesn't look that big in the game. Here comes the first pitch to Andujar, who chops it foul for strike 1. Miguel Andujar today, he's 1 for 4. One of the few A's that doesn't have a home run today. 0-1 pitch from Montero on the way. Inside, swing and miss. Must have had a lot of movement on it, because that was way inside. It looks like it fooled him. Oh and 2 Montero ahead in the count with runner on first base. Here comes the pitch, way outside. Caratini had to slide over and grab that one to keep it from scooting away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 runner on. I should probably put that on. There we go. Here comes the next pitch from Montero. Right on the outside corner, but tapped foul by Andujar. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Montero steps off the mound for a moment. Batter called timeout and stepped out of the box. Now he's back in. Montero looking for the call. He's got what he wants. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Ground ball down the third baseline. Count remains 1-2. Bottom of the 8th. Astros running out of opportunities here. Down by 7 runs, 8-1. 1 out, 1 runner on for the A's right now. Andujar facing a count of 1-2. And here's the pitch from Montero. Grounded to Bregman, who tosses to Altuve, and then over to Singleton. And that will be a double play to end the inning. Can't remember the last time I saw the Astros pull off a double play since this series began. These inning-ending plays have been kind of slim recently. But that's the first inning that the Astros have been able to get out of without giving up any runs since the second inning. The Astros have given up runs in every single inning except for the second and now the 8th. And they are down 8-1 going into the top of the 9th inning. Astros are down to 3 outs to try to get 7 runs and make up this deficit. However, they have pulled out several of their normal key players and likely will not do that. Altuve's out of the game now. Alvarez is out of the game now. There may also be some other pinch hitting going on in the game, as the Astros coaches seem to have written this game off and thought about resting their players for tomorrow's game. Yeah, with the Astros playing like this, and I'm going to have a lot more viewers and subscribers to warrant continuing to do the live streams. The monthly cost for the MLB TV is not cheap. In order to keep it, I'm going to have more success on my channel. So if you guys can like and subscribe and show me some support, I'd appreciate it. And I will continue to keep going and doing as many games as I possibly can. Because as far as I've been able to find, there aren't any English-speaking Astros play-by-play channels unless you have access to getting the official Houston Astros radio network or Houston Astros commentators games. TJ McFarland is now on the mound for the A's, and he's facing Yainer Diaz. First pitch to Diaz is in there for a strike. Next pitch on the inside corner could have been called either way, but that the umpire liked it, so that's strike 2. Yainer Diaz has no hits today. He hasn't done anything. Oh and 2 is the count. McFarland looking for the signal. And here comes the pitch. Low and away, fouled off by Diaz. The count remains 0 and 2. Here comes the next pitch. This time Diaz lines it to first base, which is caught in the air, no problem, by Brown to put Diaz out for the first out of the game. Astros are down to their final 2 outs. Try to make something happen here. That brings up John Singleton. Singleton hasn't done anything tonight either. He's got a couple of strikeouts, has no hits. McFarland brings in the pitch right in the lower outside corner there for a strike. Gets Singleton looking. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Wow, he almost hit Singleton with that curveball. Too far inside for ball 1. The Angels have officially beaten the Mariners, so the Astros aren't going to lose any ground on them, thankfully. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, way outside for ball 2. But it also sucks at the same time to see the Astros blowing these opportunities to take a substantial lead in the division, but instead they just keep missing these opportunities. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Singleton. 2-2 is the count. The Rangers, I believe, have won. I need to go and check their score. I will after this at bat by Singleton. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He grounds it to second base. Looks like it's going to be an easy play over to first, and it is. He's out. That's the second out of the inning. The Astros are 1 out away from this being one for the books. Let's take a look at the scores. Where are the Rangers? Okay, the Rangers did win 3-2 over the Sox, so they creep a little closer to the Astros. They make up some ground, which is not good. Pena is now up to bat. 2 outs, takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Astros just 2 strikes away from completing this miserable performance. Here's the next pitch to Pena. Check swing, but it's on the corner. Strike 2. 0-2. This very sparse, small crowd gives some weak cheering and applause. Standing up now, and some of them are standing, hoping for a victory. Here comes the next pitch by McFarland. In the dirt for ball 1. 1-2. Yeah, they're talking right now about how the Astros have just kind of shut down since moving into first place, and that's true. They got there and they stalled. They've gotten lucky against the Mariners because the Mariners have been playing like the Mariners usually do and losing games. So luckily the Astros are going to hang on to first place, but only by the skin of their teeth. 2 balls and 2 strikes against Pena. Here comes the next pitch. This one is hit really well out of left field. It looks like it's going to be gone, and it is. Jeremy Pena has a home run. A solo shot by Jeremy Pena on a pitch right down the middle and a little low, it looks like. Yeah, the crowd's not really happy about that, but it's nice to see the Astros get something. The score is now 8-2. Yeah, low fastball, right in the zone, right in the middle of the zone. A girl out in left field, an A's fan, caught that ball, and she acted like she was going to throw it back, but she didn't. Very interesting. First pitch to Jake Myers is a ball. So now the Astros, only 2 runs of the game are 2 solo shots, one by Caratini and one by Jeremy Pena. Girl's still celebrating out there. They're showing her celebrating about catching that ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Jake Myers. Next pitch bounces in the dirt for ball 3. Something you don't see on Jake Myers very often recently is 3 balls and no strikes. Here comes the next pitch, the 3-0 count. Right on the outside corner, he takes it for a strike. Can't blame him for not swinging on that one. Could have been called either way. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Low, and Myers couldn't resist. He took a swing at it and missed it. Now the count is full. That was a good pitch to take. So here we go. It's the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. Full count on Jake Myers. McFarland delivers. And this one is lined into left field. A single by Jake Myers keeps the game going. So he will be on first base with 2 outs. And that should bring up Caratini. Yep. Okay, Caratini's going to be batting right-handed. Earlier, when he hit that home run, he batted left-handed. Yeah, they're showing that catch by that girl out in left field again. I guess that's the only exciting thing that the Astros commentators can really talk about right now. But she did make a great catch. She leaned way over and caught that ball in the stands. That was a great catch. That was a great catch for anybody, but for her, yeah, that was amazing. Back to the game. Runner on first. Jake Myers on first. 2 outs. Caratini batting right-handed. Here's the first pitch to him. That's down and inside for a ball. Okay, I feel a little better, even though it seems like the Astros are still going to lose. I feel a little better with that home run. This one is fouled away, bounced down the third baseline, out of play. Counts 1-1. Caratini's got 5 home runs this season and 18 RBIs, batting .250. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to him, and he singles that one. It's a one-hopper, and it can't be fielded cleanly by the shortstop. Myers is able to advance on that to third base. And the Caratini is on first base. Yeah, it was a short hop, and Schumann, the shortstop, tried to backhand it right off the edge of the grass, and he was able to keep it from getting through, because that would have scored Myers for sure, but he was able to keep the ball close to the infield. However, Caratini is now on first base. Myers is on third. The coach is coming out to talk to the pitcher. I will update the runners on base now. Okay, that was a short meeting. That brings Joey Loperfido up to bat. So far today, Loperfido hasn't been able to do anything except get hit and get a hit by pitch. But if he could do something here, it would be really great. This is an opportunity for him to shine. Runners on first and third with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Here comes the pitch. It's grounded to first base. Is he going to be able to beat it? No, he can't. The pitcher is able to get over there in time to get the throw and end the game. The Astros bid for a comeback, of course, is shut down after getting a solo shot by Jeremy Pena and getting 2 runners on base. There's a ground out by Loperfido. Just can't beat the throw to the pitcher. And that's the end of the game. That's very unfortunate. But a little excitement there in the 9th inning. The closest the Astros have come to actually doing something. But once again, they leave runners on base, which has been the theme of the game, just non-stop. I'm gonna mute this so I can give you guys an update. I'm sorry that the game didn't go very well today. It's pretty crappy, but I'll give you a quick update on what happened. Essentially, in the very first inning, in the top of the first inning, the Astros started off really well. They got a runner on. I believe it was Alex Bregman with a single. Then there was a nice shot by Alvarez, but he wasn't able to get Bregman in. Bregman was on third base when the next batter came up. I believe it was Diaz? Was it Diaz? I think it was Diaz. But he delivered a shot out into right field, and Bregman tried to tag and score, and he was thrown out at home. So the Astros came away with nothing. They had a really good start to the inning, and they came away with nothing. And then in the first, Blas just started giving up home runs. So he gave up 2 runs in the first inning. In the second inning, he was able to get out of the inning without giving up anything. But from there, it was just an Oakland A's score fest. They scored 1 run in the third, 2 runs in the fourth, 1 run in the fifth, 1 run in the sixth, 1 run in the seventh. The 8th inning and the second inning were the only ones where they didn't score runs. And they wound up with 8 runs on 13 hits and about 5 home runs against the Astros. 5 or 6 home runs against the Astros. Absolutely ridiculous. The Astros wind up with 9 hits for the game, but only 2 runs, both on solo shots, one by Caratini and one by Pena. And that's the story of the game. The Astros can't get runs, and the pitchers can't keep the A's from getting runs. So the Astros now lose the series to Oakland in Oakland. And based on what I've seen, the way they performed yesterday and today, I don't have a very good feeling about the game tomorrow. All I can hope is that Hunter Brown has an excellent game on the mound tomorrow, and that he is able to limit the A's to no more than 2 runs, I hope. And with the anemic Astros offense right now, that the Astros can somehow scrape together 3 runs and win that game. But once again, the Astros are so crazy and inconsistent with some of the things that they do. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they just scored 12 runs suddenly. It wouldn't make any sense at all. But hopefully they can come out of the series with at least 1 win. Because to be honest, the way I feel is that if the Astros can't play better than this against the Oakland A's, how do they expect to maintain control of this division and have even a slight chance at performing well come playoff time? It's a little bipolar, I think, the way the Astros have been playing. I'm going to mute this because I got the MLB thing going in the background. Basically, I feel like the way the Astros have been playing is a little bipolar. Of course, they started off the year playing absolutely terribly for a long time, and it was looking pretty bleak, and everybody was talking about how the season is over, there's nothing that can be done, just write them off for 2024. But then they started to catch on fire, they took off, they became the best team in June, and leading up to the All-Star break, they were just playing unbelievably well, had one of the best batting averages, best team batting averages in the game. They were doing just really, really amazing things overall. They were scoring, they were winning, they were managing the runs in the game. Their run differential went way up real quick. I noticed that. This is a stat that I pay attention to, is the run differential, the runs that you've scored versus the runs that you've allowed, and what the difference is. And the Astros just really took off and were gaining tons of ground. And then recently, maybe like 10 days ago, I was looking at how far they're behind the best records in baseball, the best records in the MLB. And the amount that they've been able to close the gap between themselves and those best teams is unbelievable. However, after the All-Star break, they decide to suddenly just shut down. I feel like they should have swept the Mariners easily, and they should have swept the A's. But here we are, 2 games of the 3-game series, they've only scored 3 runs. And the 2 runs that they got today were solo shots. I can't remember how they scored yesterday. No, they didn't score, I'm sorry. They didn't score anything against the A's yesterday, and today they got 2 runs. So they've only scored 2 runs in 18 innings versus the Oakland A's. And that's completely unacceptable. And I understand that they had Blas on the mound, and he has a lot of experience that he needs to get before he can perform really well, and he's in a difficult situation. But I do feel that they They really need to take these opportunities to win the games. And this is a game they could have easily won if they had just, number one, hit the ball when they needed to. They were hitting the ball, they just weren't scoring runs. They left many runners on base. They had almost 10 hits, and they were only able to get 2 runs, and that was off of 2 solo shot homers. They weren't getting the runs in. They were just leaving the runners stranded on base. So that's the first thing. Anemic hitting, okay? In key moments when they needed it, they weren't doing it. The second thing was not putting enough importance on the pitching. It wasn't just Bloss. He wasn't the only one. Other pitchers for the Astros were giving up home runs and giving up runs. It was ridiculous. So, once again, it seems like what the Astros were doing in this game is the exact same problem that they had earlier this year, where they were just giving up runs and not scoring like they needed to. It was nonsense then, and it's nonsense now. So, I have really strange vibes about the way they've been playing against the A's yesterday and today as being reminiscent of how they started the season. I hope they can turn that around and fix that. Because right now it's not boding well. So, yeah, they had 9 hits today and only converted 2 on solo shots by Caratini and Pena. Completely unacceptable. But you know what? That's it for me today, guys. It's about 1:15 p.m. in the afternoon. I really want to get some lunch, and I think I'm gonna get a shave. I need a shave and grab myself an afternoon shower just to relax and settle down, try to watch something entertaining and relaxing. But thanks to Jeremy Pena for getting a solo shot home run in the 9th inning to make me feel at least a little better. So they only lost by 6 runs as opposed to 7. Woohoo. That's it for now. Thanks for joining. If you want to see this channel continue, then I really need the likes and the subs, otherwise I won't be able to continue. I won't have the money to continue subscribing to the games if I don't get the support that I need. But anyway, that's all for now. Hope you guys have a great week, and I hope to see you next time. I believe that I'll be back with you. Oh, that's the one update I need to do. I need to give you the update for the next game that I'll be streaming. I will let you know that right now. Let me pull up the Astros here and take a look at their schedule. Okay, the next game, the next game tomorrow, I will not be live streaming that game, just to let you know now. Well, hang on a second. I might be. Let me double check that. The game for me is at 4:37 in the morning. 5, 6, 7. Okay. I actually can live stream that game, so if I'm able to set that up. I thought I wasn't going to be able to live stream the game tomorrow because I'm meeting a friend and going out of town to do something tomorrow. Around 11 in the morning I'm leaving. But this game should actually be done before that time, so I believe I can live stream it. Look for that update, and if you see it pop up, please click on the reminder, click on the bell to remind you to show up and check out the live stream. And hopefully I'll see you then, and the Astros will break this losing streak. They've now dropped 3 games in a row, and that's not good at all. So we need to get that fixed. They've scored an average of 2 runs per game over the past 3 games, and that's just not going to work, especially considering how they've given up 18 runs. They've given up an average of 6 runs per game in the past 3 games, and they've only scored an average of 2 per game. That's not acceptable. So they need to have a good solid game tomorrow versus the A's and have a statement win and begin to try to pull ahead of the Mariners and the Rangers a little more and get, just build a more solid first place position. But that's it for now. I guess I hope to see you tomorrow, but if not, until next time, bye-bye.